There's something I want to tell you, and I think it's really important for you to know this because it's going to make you feel better all the time. You know, there are nights you think you're having an awful night because you're quote-unquote losing. Remember, every night you've ever bet, you never lost. Look, you've never had a car, but you've never lost because you can go 1-19. You can have the worst night you've had in 2 seasons, which is what I had last night. But it doesn't mean you lost. You want to know why? Because it's not a losing day. You need to change your perspective. It's an account health building day. You know, just 24 hours ago, I was showing you people who got banned for winning too much in short order. Well, how do you prevent that from happening tomorrow, the next week, the next year, and longer? By having account health building days. And that's what happened yesterday. So if you're a brand new Patreon member, you picked the worst day to join yesterday. It was my worst line combo day. This season, obviously, is just a couple days, but it would have been my worst day all of last season. And do you want to know why that was? I know I've introduced you guys to a couple terms already. Maybe a couple new viewers need to learn all these terms and you have a little notebook. Well, write this one down. I got a new one for you. It's called Swiss cheese. You know what that is? You know what Swiss cheese is? I think it's disgusting. It's a bottom-ranked cheese for me. Wouldn't even make it on the trip. I would kick it off the island. It would be voted right off. But you want to know what Swiss cheese is in my world of hockey betting, and especially for the line combos? Obviously, I'm giving you these line combos, right? I've mentioned Big Slick frequently. Kempe, Kopitar, Kuzmenko. Well, Swiss cheese is when you hit, Kempe, Kopitar, and then you got a hole. That's what Kuzmenko was last night, not just Kuzmenko. I've never seen Swiss cheese they haven't seen Swiss cheese like this in the heart of Switzerland. It doesn't exist. Every line had a hole. All the way from the early slate to the late slate, there was always somebody missing. Whether it was Connor Scheifele, there's a hole in Velarde. Pasternak, Geeky, hole with Lindholm. There were holes everywhere, and it went straight through to the end. Oh, Gunther, Peterka, no Cooley. Everywhere. You pick a game, looks like, there's some more Swiss cheese. So it was a Swiss Monday that really built that account health up. But what am I going to do? Should we just change the philosophy that we developed and solidified over multiple seasons? Now, that is exactly what a panicking loser would do. Go into a game or a matchup with a game plan and then say, we're going to run the ball right up the middle, and then it doesn't work on the first series. And you say, let's throw that out the window. Let's just make new things up as we go. I'm going to stick to exactly what we've been doing, and we're going to see the results flip the other way, just as they always have. And you know what I can hear? I have a sixth sense, a sniff sense. I know when the gargoyles are percolating, and I don't have to read them. I know I can hear something that you can't. And I can hear, like a dog whistle. I have a gargoyle whistle, an orc whistle, and I can hear them percolate. What is it? What do you smell? Give us the money lines then. So what we're going to do is absolutely the same thing because it's the best way to bet on these games. You find the trickle-down snakeonomics plays, you find the good values, and then you maximize them even further by affiliating them with their line combos, and it will start panning out because we're early in the fake part of the hockey year. You're seeing tons of mail-ins, many low-event games, and the tide will turn. I can assure you that maybe it starts tonight because in this scam part of the season, you can have a team like the San Jose Sharks. They haven't trailed in a single game yet they haven't even won a single game. They're winless and have never trailed in a game, which is a pretty fascinating conundrum. And could they be a major rat upset against the Carolina Hurricanes 2-0? Now they're going to San Jose. Are they going to be excited for this game? I don't know. You can try to bet on Carolina. Maybe they'll win in overtime and screw your puck line bets, screw your 60-minute bets. I'm just going to look for some point prop values because say whatever you want about San Jose, they allow goals and increasingly they can score them. I'm going to look for some player point props. Normally, you're never getting good prices when you're playing in San Jose, unless a guy has struggled immensely. And for some reason, We've seen Jarvis Aho on the score sheet in both games, but their line mate, their new line mate, their top power play line mate, we've seen nothing from. And while his price won't even be good, it's something I can work with. It's something I can work with. And I'm talking about Nikolai Ehlers. And I'm going to take that Nikolai Ehlers point because it's not going to be enough on its own. But at least it's depreciated because he hasn't registered a point yet. And I'm going to take him with his power play defenseman in Shane Gostisbehere. So I'm going to go with a Nikolai Ehlers point and a Shane Gostisbehere assist. And why do I bring that up? Because today is going to be a reminder about those solid plus money point prop power play one defenseman. How's that for some alliteration for you? Shane Gostisbehere is a power play one defenseman that I'm going to use over there. But what are some plus money point prop prices that we can find on this slate? Well, we got one in Toronto where I thought they were going to win the back half of a home and home. They lost both games. Hey, Stevie Bong Rips, I haven't brought you up. Or are you a senior in college this year? You know, October is usually your time of the year where you say, this is it. They rake up a couple wins early. Remember last year, didn't they start like 5-0? You were just moonwalking through Detroit thinking it was going to be a Stanley Cup season. Anyway, congrats on that win against Toronto. Toronto now has to play another game after losing that game against Detroit yesterday. They got the Nashville Predators come in who are winning some low event crusty games. They had a win yesterday against Ottawa. Now they're coming into Toronto. Do I want to take Toronto again? Because, they got to get back on the ice. They want to avenge that loss. They got to get that taste out of their mouth. No. I told you I won't bet money lines yesterday. I'm not betting money lines today. NHL is wild. I mean, did you watch football last night? Did you see Atlanta beat Buffalo? I mean, Atlanta has no chance of doing anything. Buffalo is literally one of the Super Bowl favorites, and you just had a loss like that. Why am I talking about football? Because it's no different in hockey when it comes to these rats pulling off major upsets on any given night. You can see the Sharks potentially win that game. Why? You can get a Carolina mail-in. Who knows? Are you going to get a Toronto mail-in? I don't think so. But regardless, this is all unnecessary. All I'm trying to tell you is they have a defenseman who runs their power play. And yes, Mitch Marner isn't on that power play anymore, but there's still tons of talent. You still have Tavares. You still have Matthews. You still have Nylander. You still have Nyes. Plenty of talent to go around on that power play. So give me that guy just standing at the top of it, getting a free point, moving his puck to his left, moving his puck to his right. Give me Morgan Riley for a plus money point at home against the UC Sorrow list because he played yesterday, so he's probably not going to be playing back-to-backs. You never know with these Nashville Predators, though. I don't think he will be. So give me that Morgan Riley point against the Nashville Predators. What do we have over here in Washington? We have an interesting team where I feel like we're seeing a blend of the previous two Washington Capitals. They're not as boring and low event as they were 2 seasons ago, but they don't seem to be what they were last year. I mean, not many people thought they were going to be. It's a blend of the low events from 2 seasons ago, but definitely more. Like they have more scoring punch with Protas. But there were times last season they were popping in a ton of goals. I don't know if that's going to be the case this year. It looks like they're going to be trying to win some lower scoring games. I never love pulling props from games that appear to be low scoring, but I do see a value here in this game with the Washington Capitals because they're playing the Tampa Bay Lightning. Tampa Bay can kind of drag offense out of teams. Boston doesn't have much scoring at all, but we'll get a 4-3, a 5-4 game with you. Tampa, these last couple of seasons, they'll drag the offense. They don't want to play these low-scoring games. Obviously, Kucherov loves putting up a ton of points, and they engage in some back and forth. I'm hoping this game could have some goals so that we can nail some of these things, but that same guy, just like Morgan Riley, standing at the top of that power play, who honestly can offer more than Morgan Riley, but we're looking at John Carlson coming in at a plus money point. I want you to remember when I take these things, every guy that I give you, I had to enter his name on a document every single night as I was putting in these combos last season. John Carlson was never at plus money. The only time you get him at plus money is early in the season if he happened to do nothing in the first couple of games. So I'm sorry / not sorry. I'm just going to keep giving you these picks because they're not going to be plus money. I entered it not like 7 nights a week. By the way, if I need to, that's what I do for the line combos. I give them out 7 nights a week. We were raking so much last season that like I have a Sean McVay memory. I know what I used to have to do to try to make them profitable. I know the 2 points with the assist I used to use. I can never use a Carlson plus money point. I had to maybe dig for a minus 105 assist, like a plus 100 assist. We're getting a plus 105 point. It's only because it's early, and it's only because the power play hasn't got hot and he hasn't started putting up a bunch of points. So give me that John Carlson point while it's still in the plus money. And I need something to pair that with. Just look around the power play. I'm going to go a little bit different. Give me the Dylan Strome assist. I'm not going to use the Carlson assist because he can actually blast one in from the point. Give me the Dylan Strome assist with the John Carlson point. That will be my little power play defenseman forward correlated duo in that game. And then if you've had enough of these defensemen, you want something simple. What's simpler than dropping that fastball down? Yeah, I'm done. I told you, if it's plus money, I'm doing it. They're at home, it's plus money, I'm doing it. Give me Cole Caulfield, Nick Suzuki. If you're a one-bet type of guy, you know, what's your lock? What's your lock? Shut your mouth. There's no such thing. I hate that because I want to say, all right, give me 5 cracks. I can win a best-of-5 series. I can go 3-2. But you force me to go with one? Fine, you gargoyles. I'm dropping that fastball. Give me Suzuki, Caulfield. I'm a man of my word. If it's in plus money, I'm taking it. Home game, give me those 2 guys for a point on this Tuesday slate as I try to dig myself out of that hole that I dug yesterday. Here is a little hint. I did it every single time last season. I will be back with you guys tomorrow for a Wednesday round of NHL Sniffs. Do me a favor. You enjoy these videos. You think I'm providing a good product, and I'm not just some guy sitting in his bedroom with an AirPod in, and you could see what poster is on his wall in his personal bedroom. You know, I try to make this as presentable as possible, give you some decent information. Yes, Sniffs are going to have bad nights. Sniffs are going to have great nights. Yeah. Just engage with the videos so they stay, you know, amongst the top of the searches. Take it easy. Good luck, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.